All right. Welcome back to another week here of Harambedome. We have a hurricane here, but Harambedome stops for no storm. It wouldn't matter if we were. It wouldn't even matter if there's a tornado ripping apart our homes. Harambedome's still gonna go on, right, Jordan?
No, that's right.
I mean, we
Unless, of
don't.
course, we lose power or internet or something like that.
Right, but even then, it's like use a hotspot, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, like we'll dome goes on no matter what. So you might hear Ian in the background. You might also hear the storm in the background. So just kind of depends. Um, but to kick us off, we have a like you and Ted last week thought you were making history, right? You're like, oh, we're making first live on air trade. We're making history, haha. We're making real history right now for Dome. And that's with our first time guest. So, guest, would you like to introduce yourself?
How's everybody doing? It's Brennan has made his appearance.
King follow Spike himself.
Follow.
Hey, Moner.
We've been
That's funny.
trying to get him on here for a little bit. Not really, but
Yeah, I just had to set that time, make sure that I get on here. Been
no,
slacking.
No,
understood.
this is historic. This is the first time. And now, I also want to note: has your name changed since you joined the league so long ago?
So my name here. Are you talking about on ESPN?
I meant like follow Spike, the team name, not. Though I would like to hear the story behind your the strange name here. I think we've heard it before in the group chat, but vocalizing it is perfect too. So Margaret E. Kern. Let's actually start with that. Where does this come from?
So that is actually So I'm in another fantasy league on ESPN, and so Margaret Curran was the principal of my middle school back in the day. And I had a couple friends that I've known long enough to be in that group chat. So I created a team name called Maggie's Angels, short for Margaret.
Mm.
And my friend and then my other friend, who actually was Kevin Fedor, uh, follows Spike.
Yeah.
But he had a play on the vice principal at the time's name. So we were messaging in the chat back and forth as those people. And I just have never changed the name back.
That's fair.
But yeah, I forget. I think I did change my team name though. I think the very first year that I joined you guys, I had a different name.
And then once Kevin was out
Um,
of our league, you were like,
Oh,
"Well, now I can take responsibility for follow Spike."
yeah, you can't just leave the trademark out there. Like I had to take it over. It's disrespectful to Follow Spike as a corporation. I had to take it.
Now, do you pay royalties to Kevin for using his name on this in this league?
I mean, I don't like to get into business publicly,
That's fair.
but you
That's
know,
fair.
definitely no. I'm not making fun of the name or anything. I just, I had to keep the legacy going.
No, absolutely.
And are the royalties enough to prevent payment for a flight that never happened?
I think so. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh. This
Good
was not
times.
planned. This was not planned. Truly, this was.
Is this an intervention now?
No,
They got irate about the flight.
That poor JB
no,
on
that
that flight.
we're more irate that the flight didn't happen than anything else.
Flight
But I don't
should
know
have
if you
happened.
saw the video of the hot chip. That was pretty brutal.
Yeah. No,
Oh
I
yeah.
need to watch the video.
Oh, he was hurting, and it didn't help that he missed the first like 5 3-pointers that he shot.
Yeah. Yeah, that was tough. No, and we were we were actually close to having that happen too. That's just a sucky situation.
Oh yeah, he was at the airport, and
yeah, he
then
was literally at the airport, and then the delays just kept it from happening. But we got the chip, and actually, before we do anything else, I was gonna fit it in later, but I'm gonna go ahead and fit this in now. Just because you mentioned the chip, and you'll see what I mean in a second. We actually have a comment that JB wanted to share with the rest of the league. So we'll do it before we get going into everything. He wanted to be on today to say it himself. He was welcome on, but he had to work, and this was, this had been a coordinated date for a while now, with the first-time guest, and so we were going to switch it all up last minute. So,
which, hold on real quick, it's interesting that he has to work during a hurricane at Chick-fil-A. I don't envision too many people going through the drive-thru, but go ahead, continue.
That's a great point, because I was actually just discussing dinner plans with Deanna, and she said that Chick-fil-A would probably be closed, and we're in Orlando, and I think she's right. So he's in Tampa. So
anyways, his message that he couldn't deliver himself.
And so, I also offered it to be either video or audio recorded, and he said he just wanted me to read it verbatim. So I'm going to go ahead and read this in Tim voice, just because with the JB Cole, it's about Cole, you're about to find out, but, with the whole Cole Tim and dynamic, it'll also add to it a little bit. So, Cole, fuck you and fuck the Yarnies. Our ancient battle continues, this time with the true victor on top. I guess Victor's on top. I didn't even need Avatar Hill to whoop up on your stupid ass. You thought that stupid trout lip-looking MF Carson Wentz could save you from going to from the LJ era? He's going to be so mad I'm butchering this. I might be dropping some games where Lamar scores over 50, but it will never be to the likes of you. In some league-wide words, that chip opened my third eye. Watch out, because there is no way in fucking hell I am doing another punishment this year.
Well, I guess that's for the fantasy gods to decide, but I like the passion.
Again, good passion. I guess, does the third eye, do you think he's trying to say anything about Harambe with this third eye that apparently will keep him from losing the league?
Yeah, as soon as you read third eye, I thought it was in reference to the brown eye, but I don't know. We'll see. I mean, James Robinson was a nice snag. He seems to be even stronger after that. What was it, Achilles, ACL? What injury did he have?
I don't remember.
Either way, he has made a comeback. So maybe he does have a third eye open if he was able to see that.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. So with that little note said at the beginning, let's move into the winner of the week, and as custom goes, let's have the guest start. Follow Spike. Who is your winner of the week?
Winner of the week. I need to look at these matchups here. So I'm just with this segment. I'm just taking the pick of who I think is kind of a lock.
Yeah,
so you look at last week's matchups and just let us know who you think had the best week, like who was the winner,
and then why.
Yeah, who was the winner of the week and why?
I mean,
this would have been a good thing.
I'd love to say Varun. Love to say Varun because he beat me, but unfortunately not the highest. I think I'm looking over at Bums Are Us.
Young Tug
seems to be making a little bit of a return on the season here. They're starting out 0-2. I would give him my winner of the week out of this.
Yeah, I think that's
a great get a little pick. Momentum going.
He finally got some return out of Joe Burrow after some atrocious week 1 and 2.
Yeah,
Eckler's still struggling for him, though. Yeah, Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
Amari Cooper's been great with Jacoby Brissett. I mean, he's wide receiver 6.
Yeah, Amari Cooper has been balling, but he's the only target that the Browns really got. I mean, it seems like last week Jacoby realized he's got a tight end too that can catch, but
Yeah.
who else is he throwing to? I feel like Cleveland, the run game is what dominates that offense.
Yeah, no, it's definitely centered around Chubb and Hunt, but no, he definitely.
Yeah,
I mean,
Cooper's balling.
if he's throwing, but Njoku also had a good game last week too. That was
Yeah,
his kind of first one of the year. But no, I couldn't agree more. With you, follow Spike. Yeah, I think especially the fact that it was a 2-0 going up against an 0-2. I think that undefeated versus winless, and then now it's I'm actually happy it happened because now that leaves me now that Anime Thighs lost his perfect record. So I couldn't agree more. Let's see. Let me go ahead and I'll run mine. I think my winner of the week, to pick somebody different, I think I'm gonna have to go with the winner of the Morgan Bowl. That's the number one Lamar Stan. And not just because he's the winner of the Morgan Bowl. He put up a fat 133, which was good for second most in the league. Would have beaten everybody but Bums R Us. On top of that, he basically shut down my icy hot take because when I articulated it last week, I said that Lamar would have 2 more 50-plus point games, and both would be losses for JB, and so that is a 50-plus point, and it was a win, so that effectively kills my icy hot. And then, of course, when, fuck a Yarnie, now this Yarnie's 0-3, so that's, there's a big amount of wins here.
Yeah, any league that starts off with Cole 0-3 is usually a good league year.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I agree. So
yeah, I think JB got a real nice win, another 50-point performance from fucking Lamar. Lamar's been balling. His faith in Lamar has helped him out. And then again, like I said earlier, James Robinson starting to score some points. It's pretty cool to see, especially since he was hurt last year.
For sure.
I think kind of an interesting move starting Taysom Hill though as his tight end.
Did he?
Yes,
he started him in the game last week.
Yeah, so he started him last week, and then I think once he realized that he was out or hurt, whatever, this week that caused him to have 0 points, it was to the point where he couldn't add anyone because obviously we got the money system, so it takes a day for any claims to go through.
Right. Which he did not know about, but we've been doing that for a couple years now.
Yeah.
He's really leaning heavy into New Orleans and Tampa. Kind of on the bench mostly, but
he is a known Tampa stan.
He is.
Yeah.
Big love for Godwin, big love for Mike Evans.
And he's always been a Brashard Perryman guy, too.
But yeah, looking at that bench, damn, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah,
kind of interesting.
Over half his bench is Tampa and New Orleans players.
Well,
and then he's even got the Saints defense, Kamara, and Taysom Hill.
So we're talking about 8 players.
Is he a closet Saints fan?
Is this?
I guess so.
Maybe it was appropriate reading part of that message in Tim's voice.
Really though, that's interesting.
I mean, we're talking half his team, right? Half his team is Saints and Bucks.
That's funny. That's something I didn't even recognize.
Interesting recipe, but hey, it has him at 2-1 so far, so no slack on it.
Yeah. Well, for my winner of the week, I'm gonna agree with Brennan and give it to Tuck. He proved my icy hot take correct that the shrimp will rise, and he's gonna start scoring some points. I predicted him to beat Matt, and he did. Listen, don't sleep on the shrimp. He's on the rise, like I said before, and he's gonna continue to pick up some dubs.
That's just out of curiosity though, if you weren't to repeat an already chosen one, who do you think would be your winner of the week?
If I weren't to repeat?
Yeah, if you weren't to repeat Brennan's take there, who do you think like if you had to pick from what was left? Who would you say?
Probably the King of the West.
King of the West. Okay.
And why? Because he picked up a dub with a quarterback that scored less than 20.
That's true. I think someone else did that too. Pretty sure someone else did that this week.
I'm not seeing anything else.
That's great. So, all right, let's say that one was taken too. Who would you give it to?
Probably Vava, because he's got Josh Allen on his team, and obviously I'm a big Josh Allen stan.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, yeah, I guess we'll move on from the segment then. Let's move into loser of the week. Loser of the week. Who you got? Who you got, Brennan?
I mean, I'd love to pick myself, honestly. Just getting ruined by injuries.
Yeah, the injury bug is tough.
Joe Mixon, James Conner, like Tua. I don't know, just because I had Herbert starting, and then, I mean, I guess it really didn't matter in the end, but with Herbert's rib injury, I decided to throw Tua in, also coming off a 59-point week. And it just did not pan out.
Yeah, that is a real update.
You know, they just can't figure out these receivers, too. Because I put Marquise Brown in one week, and then after that, he pops off this week with 22 on my bench. I don't know. All over the place.
Yeah, that is tough.
I guess I'll give myself the loser.
It's actually interesting you did that, because I was thinking of doing the same thing for similar reasons, that just not starting the right people. Because you get people that pop off one week, and then you think they're sitting on your bench, so you got to start them because they had a good week, and then that ends up being their down week, and the person you remove from your lineup ends up snapping. So just a few tweaks, and I could have secured myself the dub, but I didn't. So yeah, for those reasons, I'm giving myself loser of the week.
Okay. Yeah, because you were. I know I said this to you earlier, but I genuinely, I mean, when we went into the second half after the 1:00 games, when you had like Saquon Monday night, but then we were going into 4:00 and you had Aaron Jones, Mike Williams, and the Chargers D, and then I had no one playing, and I had Kittle that night, and I had Zeke the next day. I genuinely thought, because our gap wasn't that big at that point. It was only it was less than 20, something like that, and and then it ended up, I was like, okay, so there's literally, I mean, I'm gonna have like massive nights from the other two, because he's gonna be up by at least 20 by the time this is all said and done, and then that Jacksonville offense actually snapped.
They did, and that's what really hurt me. Was not starting the Broncos, who had 2 previous good weeks, in my lineup, but I don't know why. I just decided to start the Chargers, and it backfired.
I didn't even notice the 17 that the Broncos got.
Yeah.
Didn't even see that.
But hey, that's fantasy.
Yeah, at least you're looking at, like, I know you already stacked at running back, but Dameon Pierce could at least be a trade piece if he keeps up what he just did last week.
Yeah, or he might find his way into my lineup if other people keep struggling.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. I'd have to say, so if I'm going back to loser of the week, so I don't overlap here with my my winner of the week. I'm gonna go ahead and give loser of the week to the Spank Engine, actually. Spank Engine. There's a couple reasons for this. So he dropped a close one. It's always tough dropping a close one. We were sitting there waiting to see if Javonte Williams was going to give him 6 more points on the night. You know, that would have put him at a humble 15 on the whole day, and that would have been enough to beat Wardle. And I think he's done 15 before. This is actually his first game under double digits. So That was very close. And then I'd say as far as tight ends go, his Higbee pickup panned out with 8 points, and his team didn't do bad overall. But when you have a close one like that and you drop it, especially after your team performs, anytime. That's why I was getting pissed, because I was like, I'm probably gonna hit 100, but I thought you were gonna hit way over 100, and I was like, anytime you have a 100-point game and you don't win, that's definitely tough. Just because of how you guys were kind of alluding to earlier, it's kind of tough how fantasy is so up and down sometimes with players. Your team can either go off or just kind of shit the bed. So that's Swift. I love Swift, but yeah, he's definitely injury prone. And Watson's actually I'll save that for the Watson segment. But also he starts Aaron Rodgers, so I can't really root for Ted ever. So he needs to switch quarterbacks. He has Jared Goff on the bench. Not that Jared Goff did better last week, but long term Jared Goff's going to be the better fantasy option than Aaron Rodgers. So
yeah, I think you're delusional in that take.
Anyway, I might actually redo that take later down the line in this episode. So, all right. So we all have our losers set. Let's move into next week. Let's take a peek at what we have moving forward. Brian, you want to go ahead and give us the matchup you're most looking forward to for the week?
Most looking forward to. I mean, I'd love to say Tucker, but not a crazy matchup that he's got. It's tight. A lot of these games. I think I'm interested to see, can Wardle keep it up?
Okay.
Because I feel like he's got a tough matchup with Barone. I could see him tanking a little bit after this.
Oh, so the king falls once again?
I could see it. I don't know. When was his last loss? Week 2? Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I'm taking that one. I want to see if Arun can do it, or can Wardle do it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, all his players have the potential to. Wardle's players have the potential to go crazy. Tyreek Hill obviously is always a low powder keg.
Yeah.
If Cook plays, he can get you some points. It really comes down to Kyler. Like, I feel like if Kyler can have a good week, Wardle can snag the dub. But if Kyler struggles, then it's going to be tough, because Josh Allen more than likely is going to be putting up points for Varun.
Yeah, definitely.
Against Baltimore for sure. Yeah, because Baltimore's defense, are they decent? Well, I know they let the Tua comeback happen, but otherwise, I think the Patriots scored a decent amount on them too, right, last week?
Well, not mistaken, they got a bunch of secondary injuries.
Okay. Yeah, and has there been any Call of Duty things dropping for Kyler?
The beta weekend is over, so he should be back.
Now, was beta weekend this past weekend for him when he was playing?
I think so.
And they lost, right?
So.
And he didn't do well?
Yeah.
Yes, maybe my take is incorrect about Kyler, but
well,
either way,
he's still Wardle's still got Keenan Allen on the bench and Juju Smith-Schuster in his wide receiver 2 spot.
Yeah, I wonder how long before Keenan comes back.
I thought it was supposed to be this week. I'm not sure.
I know his little hamstring, whatever he's got. I just feel like Keenan Allen's always questionable week to week.
I've had him like I think two years in our league, and in those 2 years, I think 1 year he was relatively healthy, and I think then another year he missed the span of like a month. I think he misses like a game or two a season. He's that type of player.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead. My matchup of the week is gonna be Bums R Us versus the Yarnie Broker, and mainly just because I'm excited to see Tuck continue to roll, and Yarnie broke her to go 0-4 on the season. I think that would be just primo. Obviously, it would continue to prove my icy hot take from last week correct that Scrimp will rise, Tuck will go on a run. And yeah, I mean, if Cole goes 0-4, that would just be, that'd be great. That would be great.
Cole goes 0-4, he'll have some splaining to do.
Because yeah, he'll have to make some moves.
That's an awful start. Yeah. Yeah, no, and this is a roomie bowl. This is one of our roomie bowls because anytime we have a roomie bowl, we got to point it out. And this was probably, these two were, they're tattoo buddies.
They did get matching tattoos.
They did.
This is true.
So I think that needs to get brought up. Probably at least fit in somewhere, at least once an episode, the entire season.
Yeah, because it's a real cute thing they did together.
It is. No, it's incredibly cute having that Spidey tattoo. So
for all the webs they used to shoot on each other.
So is it fair that we call this the Spidey Bowl?
We could. This could be a little Spidey Bowl.
I think we have a new name now, a new year-to-year bowl, because those tattoos aren't going anywhere unless they break up.
Tuck will get his covered before long when he gets his full body sleeve finished.
That's true. Okay. Yeah, I like that pick. It's also battle of the tight ends because of Travis Kelce and Mark Andrews. So that'll be interesting to see because they both put up. Mark Andrews finally picked it up, started pick up big numbers here. But for my matchup of the week, and before I say it, I want to throw in that there are two honorable mentions just because we have another roomie bowl between Lamar Stan and Thomas the Spank Engine. So we got another roomie bowl this week, and then we have the Melbourne Bowl this week between me and Matt. So couple bowl games going on. Which by the way, I just clicked on and I see that Matt is now going to start Trevor Lawrence over Sussel. Which
Russell.
Yeah.
Sussel. That's actually a great
name. Unlimited.
Mr. Unlimited
is now riding the bench for Matt.
Why do I wish I had a TikTok just to follow him? He has some legendary talks.
Yeah, that dude's wild.
You think it's on purpose? Like, you think he's purposefully fringe, or that's just how he actually is?
I don't think he knows how to act. Like he just doesn't know how to be Sussel.
Whatever it is, it's bad.
Yeah, I feel like it's impossible to make $300 million or whatever he makes and be authentic. He just doesn't even know how.
Yeah. Yeah, at that point, you're kind of out of touch.
Yeah, he's a strange dude.
Yeah,
but it makes for great content.
Oh, yeah. There's some skeletons in my closet, for sure. Can't act like that and not have something going down.
In all reality, though, I'm definitely going to try the Dangerous sandwich.
Dangerous? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, it's a new Subway sandwich.
Is it really?
A new signature sandwich.
Yeah.
You got to be careful, though. It's spicy.
I got it.
Dangerous.
I might go into Ian just to get one of those. Oh, man.
All right, so you gave us honorable mentions.
Sorry. I didn't want anyone to forget that there's bowls. All right, I got you. My matchup of the week is because we have two people in our guest and one of the co-hosts are matching up this week. All right, not to cause some animosity here, but living in Babylon and Follow Spike, 2 1 and 2s are matching up to duke it out. And hey, we're gonna be a month into the season after this week, and one of you two is gonna be starting 1 and 3, and one of you is gonna be at 500. and 1-3. Not, I mean, so early that either one of those you can bounce back from, but someone's going to be in a hole, someone's going to be right dead even, and you're matching up for it. And I'm interested to see what the plays are this week, since both of you are people talking about how it's tough, balancing out who you're gonna. Both been having like little lineup troubles as of last week. You were both saying so. Who's gonna tinker and who's gonna tinker correctly between the two of you. I'm interested to see.
Yeah, I'll probably have a few lineup switches before game time. That's for sure.
Yeah, I probably will too. I'm not going to let my opponent know what's going down.
No, I can't let you
keep
prepare.
It's like having someone stay questionable on the injury list all week on purpose,
just to not let your opponent know if they're playing.
Yeah.
It's also in my head. One day I look at my lineup, I'm like, yeah, that's going to do well. And the next day I see that guy on my bench. I'm like, well, maybe he does better.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what happens here. Right now, you're projected 130. Jordan, follow Spike, you're projected 118. That's a decent gap. But projections mean nothing, so.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't put too much stock into projection.
Nor should you. And actually, you know what? This has been a highly debated back to last season or even the season before debate. Brennan, what do you think? Projections. Do you care at all about them when setting your lineup, or are they just there and they don't matter?
I think they're there. I think I'd give probably about 40% thought toward a projection. I mean, you really got to look at the big picture with all these guys.
Yeah.
Because they're going to give me 11 points a week on Brandon Cooks, but that's not going to happen. That's why I haven't put him up in there.
Has he scored 11 points at all this year?
That's what I'm just looking at now.
According to
he scored 11.7 week 1.
Okay.
Yeah. But he's on a decline. He gets hardly any targets. I mean, he gets for a wide receiver 1, he doesn't get that many targets.
Yeah.
Not a great situation in Houston.
Exactly. It's tough in Houston.
Yeah, all right. Well, let's I mean that's everything for that segment there. So let's move into the we'll save the budget summary here in a second, but let's move into the offers report here with the waiver claims. Okay. And I was interested to see this because I actually had woke up a little early this morning, like just naturally, and when I was sitting there, it was like 7, I think like 45 or something, and I was sitting there like, do I want to add Jamal Williams? And I was wondering what people were going to put down. I didn't end up going with anything, but let's see. So we had Living in Babylon put 0 down on Greg Dortch, Arizona's wide receiver, but you didn't get Greg Dortch because your position limit would be exceeded.
Yeah, apparently you can't add more than 6 wide receivers, which I knew.
Yeah, that's always been that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was gonna add another. I was thinking about adding. That was my other thing with Jamal Williams. I wouldn't have been able to add him without dropping a running back. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do that either.
Yeah, I just apparently don't know how to count.
Yeah, counting's
how many
hard, man.
Wide receivers I got?
I haven't counted since I was in school. I don't count.
You don't remember that.
So the Gug, you added Graham Gano. Interesting. So the Gug's gonna change your kicking luck. Listen, I think it's so obvious why you have bad kicking luck. I think you should.
What do you mean? Last year I had excellent kicking luck. I had the number 1 kicker in the league last year.
Not to start this year, so I'm gonna go ahead and be recency biased.
And it wasn't to start. Listen, the kicking game, it's too easy to figure out. You just add the best guy on the waiver wire, and then he has a horrible week, and you curse kickers and wish they were out of the league.
That makes I hear you. That's
say some terrible stuff about them, like they're not real players.
Do you think that about them in real life?
No, I'm all about # for the brand.
Okay.
I don't think they're real fantasy players, but they're real football players.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I added the Chiefs D for no dollars. Just because I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to play Philly this week against Jacksonville. And so, yeah, there's that. And follow Spike making, is this your first or second move on the waiver?
I think it was my second move because I picked up, I had an injury at kicker, so I picked up Greg Joseph earlier in the year. I just didn't want to leave an empty roster spot, And Chark has some upside to him. We'll see.
Yeah, he does.
I end up having to drop him eventually, but
yeah, if Amon-Ra goes down, Chark will be the most targeted player on that team, no doubt. Maybe Hawkinson, but it's not looking like Swift will play. And if Amon-Ra doesn't play, then yeah, it'll be Hawkinson and Chark getting the targets. And you have Hawkinson as well, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, but you benched him, didn't you?
I did. He's a tough one, but without giving too much away to my opponent, I was thinking about maybe moving some people around. I got Ertz too, so I don't know. I got two kind of similar guys.
Okay. Yeah, you don't want to give too much to this guy because he'll take it and he'll run with it. That's what he does. He tries to get trade details out of me 24/7.
Always.
All right. So for $2, Jordan, you added Romeo Dobbs. You still there? Did we lose Jordan?
Uh-oh. You lose him?
I don't know. We might have. I haven't gotten a text from him. I don't hear him. Let me shoot him a quick text. Let's see if we're running with one host here.
I said in his line, after I talked about it. It's over.
Well, Wi-Fi cut out. Continue. Oh, he's trying to reconnect. Okay. Yeah, we'll keep moving. We'll keep moving until he gets back. So, as a first-time guest, I don't want to stress you out, but you're kind of the co-host now, like the other co-host.
All right, I'm driving.
So yeah, we have another co-host. Well, this one bails on us because he claims Wi-Fi. But we'll keep moving through the segment. So yeah, Jordan spent $2 on Romeo Dobbs. Which did he have a good week? Is that?
He did. I know that well because I am a Bucks fan.
That's tough. Yeah. I was rooting for you guys.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, he looked pretty good. I really had never heard of Dobbs before, as you're getting a lot from these Green Bay people, but
yeah, I know
they're diving deep into their receivers.
Yeah, I think he was drafted this year in like the either first or second round, but he caught 8 for 8 for a touchdown and 73 yards.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is a good week. The Yarnie broker added Geno Smith for $3. That to me is very interesting, and it fits with the 0-3 record in my opinion.
I agree
because he hasn't done anything special. I mean, he is about to play Detroit, and we did lose Tracy Walker for the year to an Achilles, and he's definitely our best player on defense. Though Jeff Okudah is starting to step up. He's definitely almost seasoned.
But to put $3 down, did he really think there was a bidding war for Geno Smith?
I don't know what would make him think that.
I don't know.
But, I mean, I guess in one sense, it's so wild that he did think that was going to happen. But in the other, $3 isn't necessarily the worst you can put down for someone who, because you never know. I mean, I think typically the go-to is like a $2 ad if you're like thinking someone might go for. So if you thought any one of the 9 of us would go for Geno, a $3 ad is probably the safest you can do if you're putting down money. So
That's true.
I don't know why he would think anyone was, but hey, he got his guy. Let's see. He's not starting him though. I mean, last I checked, he's still on the bench.
Maybe he knows something we don't.
That's true. His 0-3 record would suggest that. So
Geno's about to pop off.
I hope not, because he's playing the Lions. So let's hope he stays down there. All right, and then we had 3 go for Jamal Williams, and this is what I wasn't too sure about here. I wasn't sure because Wardle, which we're gonna get to in the budget segment, still is at $100. But not because he hasn't bid on anything. He put down 15 on Jamal Williams, and I'm surprised the Spank engine Ted didn't put down more because DeAndre Swift is his back. So he only put down 9, and maybe he didn't think there'd be a big bidding war. I think. Did you have any thoughts on Jamal Williams, like picking him up or anything like that?
I thought about it. I figured he was going to go for big money, so I didn't give it a shot this time. Probably should have, given what my running backs have looked like, but I left it out to the Sharks.
Yeah, or to the DJ Charks, because that's who you ended up adding.
I guess so.
Sorry about that. That was awful. Let's see. So, yeah, with Jamal, I think a couple things with me were that I did think it was going to be a big bidding war, and I thought someone was going to drop like 20 or 25 on him. I think it was 15, so it's not crazy far off from 20. But when I looked at, because I've watched him play, obviously, because I've watched as much of the Lions games as I can, but they're not aired, so it's hard. I have to I haven't tried to stream yet because I honestly haven't. Do you stream any games ever, or do you just watch what's on?
Luckily, so far the Bucks games have been on, but I have streamed in the past. Definitely when we were in the Jameis era.
Yeah,
you just gotta find the right location to stream them.
Yeah,
usually Stream East is pretty solid.
Hey, look who's back. I was about to say,
but we're not endorsing that. We're not recommending it.
No.
I'm gonna make that clear.
Of course. But Buff was the go-to in college, but I don't know if Buff got corrupted or what, but I haven't been able to.
Yeah, I don't think Buff is up anymore.
Yeah. You'll have to share that with me because I don't know how to watch Lions games otherwise. But to my point, I use Red Zone, but to my point, Jamal looked like his 2 big weeks were like weeks where he scored 2 touchdowns in each game, and like that's obviously you'd think not sustainable. Maybe I'm wrong though because the Lions are averaging like a ridiculous yards before the running back gets touched. So who knows? But I just didn't want to get in that bidding war. And Bums R Us got him. Andy's starting him. But Jamal Williams is the running back 6 through 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Especially considering he's an RB2.
Yeah, no, it's weird. But and Cordero Patterson's another one too that he's like the RB4. I know I think he started last year like that though too.
Well, I meant more so like for his team, Jamal Williams is the second string. Or is it more of a 1A, 1B type deal?
No, he's second string. I was just thinking because Cordero's not your traditional running back. That's why I was throwing that in there. But
even though he looks like he fucking should have been from the start.
Yeah, no doubt.
The man is massive and he knows how to tote that rock.
Yeah, well let's transition into the budget summary here. Our favorite segment. Now, Brennan, you are getting to witness for the first time probably the best segment on the entire Harambedome. I'd say you could definitely think of it like that.
The entire internet, possibly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's fair. So, do you want to, Jordan, you want to go through and do the budget summary segment this time?
I'm on my phone, so I actually can't see it. My Wi-Fi is still down, so I'm doing cellular.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll list them off. So, with the least amount of money, we have Bums R Us with $60. So, this is obviously much less concerning going into week 4 because of the $0 bid. If it was still the $1 bid, I would be concerned for him that we haven't even gone through 4 weeks and he's at $60.
Yeah.
But now that we have the $0 bid, you can at least get something when you have nothing. So there's that. And then $11 ahead of him is Yarnie. I know we're going backwards now because I think we usually start at 100, but keep rolling. So Yarnie.
No, you're right.
I
think you're right.
Okay. Yeah,
Maybe not.
Yarnie's at 71, so he spent some money too. Oh, and not to get too far off the segment, but we were just debating or just discussing back when you were cut out. What do you think of Yarnie putting down $3 on Geno Smith?
I mean, I feel like that's just the thing that Cole has been known to do: bid money on players that probably won't get any bids on them. I wouldn't have done it, obviously, because who's going to try to? I feel like you kind of got to look around the league and see how desirable is this player. How many people do I think are going to place bids? Like, I mean, I don't see why anyone or why he thought anyone would have placed a bid on Geno Smith. So why not just throw up $0 and not have to spend the $3?
Yeah. No, I
don't know. I don't like the. Why? What was the consensus?
Well, I started it out by saying this kind of represents kind of Cole's record, and it shows us why he's at 0-3 because he's doing things like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think that's what we were breaking down was who's gonna bid him.
What does Geno's stat even look like? What is he scoring?
Geno Smith.
He had a big first week. Well, not big for Geno, but I think like a 26-point week first week. 23 maybe, something like that.
It says right here that Geno Smith, because he's not even starting him, or maybe he hasn't gotten to teeter with his lineup yet, but Geno Smith had a 23-point week, an 8-point week, and then a 26-point week. So, I mean, in one sense, I can't.
Yes, I mean, I'm not.
Go ahead.
I'm personally not putting $3, but I'm also in a situation where I have a quarterback. If I was struggling to find a quarterback, I don't know. I still feel like I would have just dropped 0. Is he rostering 3 quarterbacks right now, or did he drop Wentz?
He has Wentz, he has Tom, and he has Geno.
Yeah, so he's rostering 3 QBs. That's hey. I love to see it because that means that Cole's going to remain in the situation he's in.
I mean, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. All right. So then we have, with $80, is Anime Thighs Save Lives. And I think that was just the one big move he made. I forget for who. My name is Jeff.
Oh, yeah, Jeff Wilson.
Yep. And then there's me with 87, which I haven't spent any money since I scarred myself spending $13 on 2 players, well, a defense and a player who weren't on my team within the end of that week. Or at least the Steelers I dropped, that Wednesday or Tuesday, whatever. So my money has stayed. And then there is, at 95, we have JB and Va. So they're kind of just spent the 5. At 96, we have Ted and you, Jordan. And then at 100, we have Wardle and we have Follow Spike. So
what a riveting segment.
Yeah, Brennan, you haven't spent any money.
Yeah.
Which
I've made a couple acquisitions. Haven't had to.
Yeah, you haven't had to, and I guess that is kind of the beauty of the $0 bid as well.
Yeah.
How do you feel, Brennan, about the budget system as opposed to the waiver priority?
I think the budget system makes sense, and it values people that strategically pick up players. Because it is frustrating when people are just adding and dropping willy-nilly in other leagues, I feel like. So I would say I'm in favor of it.
Yeah, I feel a similar way. I like it. The only aspect of it that I don't like is obviously that if one of your guys isn't good to go on Sunday and you learn about it in the Sunday morning, you can't add somebody. But I guess that's something, adds another like layer of, I got to prepare for stuff like this.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's definitely a positive having the budget. Okay.
And it does feel good when you see other people bid on the same player that you did, but you outbid them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that
Then you
didn't
can
happen
go
to me much.
talk shit.
No. Yeah, no, I agree. I like how it works. And the constant ad dropping, yeah, I agree because the other league I'm in, you can do that, and it is kind of annoying with that constant just throughout the week. You could have someone like 20 ad drops if they felt like it, however much they want, really. It's just like, all right. So, all right, let's move into the icy hot take segment, sponsored by none other than Jordan. Let us know.
Sponsored by me? I thought it was sponsored by Shaq.
No, I was saying, like, let us know who it's sponsored by. I understand it flowed like that, but...
Oh. Yeah, it's sponsored by Shaquille O'Neal.
Yep. Icy Hot, sponsored by Shaquille O'Neal. Jordan, what'd you have to do this week to let Shaquille O'Neal keep the sponsor? Because we're basically at risk of losing it every week if we don't do something for him on a weekly basis. So, Jordan, what'd you have to do this week?
Listen, I'm not going to go into details about why I need this gallon of Prep H, but let's just say I secured the sponsorship.
For the week.
Yes.
Yeah, we can't. We have to go week by week with this. He's non-committal. This is like, after he was lost by former hosts. He's kind of learning to trust Harambedome again. So, I think we're doing a pretty good job so far. So let's kick it off with these icy hot takes. I'm going to start because I'm going to use the one that I kind of threw out there earlier, and I'm going to kind of alter it a little bit, just saying that, okay, so by season's end, bearing injury, okay, and this is the icy because, bearing injury, keeps that safe floor. All right, Jared Goff is going to be the better strictly fantasy quarterback than Aaron Rodgers. Okay, which isn't necessarily I'd say that's the icy part, because Jared Goff's got a bad defense, and if he has an offense designed to help him throw, he might be slinging it and just putting up points naturally. Whereas Aaron has the opposite, where we know he can sling it, but he's got this defense that's incredible, and so he just might not naturally put up as many points. I mean, I don't think he's had a game yet this season higher than 22, 23. So I'd say that continues. And he's quarterback 22 with two 22-point games and a 4-point game. And Jared Goff is quarterback number 10 with a 30-point game, a 20-point game, and a 16-point game. So I'm going to say that by season's end, Jared Goff will be the higher-ranked quarterback in fantasy than Aaron. And here's the hot part of the take. If Ted doesn't start Goff the rest of the way, Ted's losing the league with Aaron. Ted is losing the league.
Hey,
not just not making the playoffs. He's losing the league with Aaron Rodgers if he keeps him as a starting quarterback the rest of the way. And that's my take.
All I have to say to that is, Ted, don't let him scare you.
Coming from this crazy biased Aaron fan. So, Ted, be scared. Be scared. All right. Who's next?
Brennan, if you want to go ahead. If you got one.
So this is icy hot for the whole season, or just it
Whatever
can be for the week?
You can do next week. You can do whole season. Yeah, it's just an icy hot take you got.
I think I'm going all in. We've been talking a lot of garbage about him with the pickups and everything, but I think Carson Wentz is going to go off against Dallas. And I think that Yarnie Broker is going to get not only his first win, but I think we're going to see like a 140-point week.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going extra icy on it.
Oh.
That would be very icy hot.
140 points in a blowout of Bums R Us. That would go directly against what you were saying earlier, Jordan. The Bums R Us is picking it up.
Yeah, that would. That would be
having fun with it.
yeah, I would not like for that to happen. Because my icy hot take is that Loesch is this year's Flowey, meaning he will not win a game.
Oh, that season where Flower didn't he have a tie, right?
I think he had a tie. He might have won because of a tiebreaker, so Loesch might get one win, but I think Loesch is this season's Flowey.
That's your icy hot?
Yeah, I don't know how icy or how hot, but it's just a little prediction. I have a feeling that I got.
Okay. I like it.
And I'll probably end up being Loesch's one win, but yeah, that's how it goes.
Okay, make it a little more hot. All right, that's fair. Okay, so let's head into the final segment here. I believe it's no. I have to go to standings. There we go. I did that last time too. Standings.
Oh, Watson shit.
Yeah, a little Watson bit here. Final standing projection. I wanted to bring this up, especially by the way, sponsored by Snickers. Maybe the team just needs a Snickers. Obligated to say that. So, there's been some movement. So interesting movement in the trending up section of Watson. You actually, Jordan, went higher than me. You went up 6 spots from 9 to 3. You jumped after,
which I don't really understand because I caught now.
No, Watson's been confusing this week. I was talking to Ted about it early, and I'll shed some light on that conversation too. But yeah, you're after an L, you're jumping up 6 spots, most in the league. And then they have me jumping 5, basically the same as last week. And they have Lamar Stan jumping up to where I was previously ranked at 6. And the other confusing bit here is that Ted dropped 6 spots to 10. Thomas the Spank Engine is now projected to finish 10th. And this is also going to fight against that whole projections argument here, because what Ted was pointing out was that he's the third in scoring. He's the third highest scorer. He's just had some tough luck getting the dubs. And he's ranked 10 when Yarnie Broker, who's 0-3 and is by far the lowest scorer, has dropped from 2 to just 4th. They're projected that he's going to finish 4th.
Yeah, that doesn't make too much sense.
No, it's confusing. So that's definitely been interesting movement we're seeing, but we're seeing a lot of downtrends. Anime Thighs stayed in this spot. But Follow Spike, you dropped a couple slots from 3 to 5.
Yeah. Not surprising, though. Kind of a disappointing start.
Your record overall is 1 and 2. Yeah, it was 1 and 2. Yeah, 1 and 2.
1 and 2. Yeah, I don't know. I felt like I drafted pretty well. I don't know. I've had some injuries, like I said before, but I don't know. We'll see. I feel like it'll be better than 5th by the end of the year. So get it back on track after I get this win against Jordan this week, and it'll be good.
I'm hoping for the opposite.
Send Jordan to 1 and 3. Hey, I think all 3 of us are in the East, right?
Yeah, East Gang.
This is an East Gang
episode.
Yeah, shout out East. East Gang.
Which I always forget, at the end of the season, do the divisions even matter? Or is it just top 6 teams or whatever it is goes to the playoffs?
They matter for the bye weeks of the two. Like, so right now,
okay.
Va and I are projected in the playoff bracket to get a bye week each. And then it just goes to record. So then actually in the playoffs after me and Va, it is Lamar Stan seed 3, Anime Thighs 4, King of the West 5, and the Spank Engine 6th. So actually, and you guys would be projected to play in the first round of the consolation ladder.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
Yeah, and then it would be Yarnie Broker and Bums R Us playing against each other. So that's the projection as of right now. But Yeah, I think Watson, back to the Watson segment. I think Watson's on some stuff with how because Ted's in a playoff spot, but he's projected 10th place finish, third highest score. It's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean we've hit the point. We've hit the end. Is there really once we get to this point? Are there any final thoughts from everybody?
No, not really. Think I've spoken my mind this episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any
No, I
final words?
just want to send my love out to everyone, and I think we should all try to get together maybe December time frame. I'll be back. Be cool to get a game in or something, play basketball, something.
That would be. If everyone's going to be around, that'd be cool to meet up.
That'd be awesome. When did you say you're coming back?
I'll be back. I think it's. Let me check my schedule real quick. I think it's the second week of or third week of December or something like that, and then I go out of town for a little bit, but I'll be there. So right before kind of Christmas, we should try to do something. Yeah, it looks like the week of the 19th. I'm back. So
that sounds awesome. I mean, I'll be around. I'll be in Orlando. I'm 100% down.
Yeah, I'll be here.
Yeah, it'd be cool. We haven't done that in a while, and especially with COVID and everything.
Yeah.
I know that. Yeah, that really set a lot off. And then being all the way in Alabama too doesn't help for most.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. Well, that's perfect. And then I guess I don't have. I mean, fuck the fake king, right? And fuck the West.
Fuck the fake king. Fuck the West.
Fuck a
And
Yarnie.
fuck all these puppies in this league.
Yeah, I think we showed who the big dog is between our El Clasico, though, right? If you recall the puppy in the chat, if you don't recall.
Oh, you're still a puppy.
I don't know. I was barking all that game. So barking all the way to 3-0. Let's hope it sticks.
Sounded like a whimper.
Yeah. We'll play again. El Clasico round 2 comes somewhere down the line. So we'll see. All right. Well, that is